Hello, Merriam. It is 6:57, Monday, March 2nd, 2026, and we are at Higdon and Hale for the Merriam Drainage District Board meeting. Repeating, Merriam Drainage District Board meeting, Higdon and Hale, 6:57 now, Monday, March 2nd, 2026.
Oh, thank you. It was my dad. She was 91. It was not a bad deal. I mean, it's bad, sad that she's gone, but she was kind of wore out at the end. And yeah, she had a good run, and she's kind of ready to. She's getting everybody their last orders and stuff. You need to go find a wife and a girlfriend.
A wife and a girlfriend?
She's got a wife and a girlfriend.
All right.
So I brought that up.
There's nothing wrong with
Which
that.
my other cousins who are in their kids together, she goes, I'm not sure that you can handle one.
No.
Let alone two.
Diversity.
Doing our little remodel project, so I'm short of computers and login.
And I got to play my first gig in California.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
Where was that at?
Tour managing and second chair drummer for Elton Dan and the Rocket Band, so the Elton John
Oh,
tribute band.
they're good. I've seen them around town a couple times.
Yeah. So we played at a couple of the retirement communities, like the Sun Cities and things like that, which is really cool. They all have cool facilities, and I've always wanted to play a gig in California. I actually got to play a double in one day.
It's great. I've seen him down at the Voodoo Lounge, and then he
Yeah.
played out at, like Town Center,
Town Center, yeah.
outside there. But yeah, they're good. Elton John's my favorite, so I'll go.
They definitely don't suck.
Did you actually drum for him?
2 shows, yeah.
That's awesome.
Playing the role, did you get introduced to like the role of Nigel Olsen for the?
No, they
Elton's longtime
just
drummer.
say playing drum,
Yeah,
filling in tonight is our tour manager.
yeah. I was just going by all the guys that are in his band, and Nigel was
Yep.
from the start,
Yeah, he's a good drummer.
always dressed up, always.
Yep. I had to wear nice clothes, no shorts, grown-up clothes as I call them.
Yeah.
So I prefer to wear shorts when I play because it's a,
Drummers get to do that.
yeah.
Guitar players.
Drummers got the hat on backwards, and a lot of them I see on there got the ball cap.
Yeah, we'll wear a nice shirt, nice jeans, so some, what do I call it, black khakis,
Yeah.
some loose fit, Looks good though.
They have a suit and coat on.
It's more comfortable when you're sitting down, pedaling and all.
Yeah. I thought about finding a really cool, like suit jacket, like a jacket that's kind of tight, and then cut the sleeves off and have it hemmed up, so, a little something that's more open and more
Yeah.
flashy. Didn't have time then. I don't think that Nigel would wear that though. All right, I'll shut up
Lately,
now.
ones of the lately ones, so watch just the clip to the final tour and stuff like that, he was always in this
Yeah.
suit. Natalie attired.
Okay, welcome everybody, 7 o'clock, and we can get started with our monthly meeting. First order of business would be the approval of minutes, February 2nd. I did find something under Jim Moore's.
Yeah.
I think it's on the second one.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
Sorry, I can't throw him up first.
For it.
He's right here.
With no, yeah, the first one here, city manager, it should say, will not share. Yeah. Just a second. That's all I found.
I knew I should have read through it.
Any other concerns?
Nope.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as amended. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, Steve won't be here tonight, our engineer, so I can kind of go over real quick what he had indicated. The cost with Max Ricky has gone over And that, his rationale was, let's see here. The area hadn't been surveyed, so basically, long story short, there was more debris than what they anticipated. I've yet to get a, invoice, an invoice from Expertly, so, I guess we'll look for it next meeting, see what comes in that. So,
Have you been down there to physically look at it, check it out?
I did go down there, actually,
Look
when,
good?
they were actually doing it, I went
Oh,
down
that's-
there and talked to them, but yeah. Right across from the trenches, they cleaned it out real good. I didn't go further downstream where you're across from your place. I didn't take a look at that yet, but, and then of course, the area over next to the railroad bridge, the city was cleaned out. But I didn't go yet.
I'll go down and visit before next meeting. That's probably when we'll be looking at an additional bill next meeting.
He said he's gonna get with Catch Wildlife to discuss setting up trap locations. If you guys have any locations that you're fond of, let him know. Maybe you can let him know. And there was no Corps of Engineer meetings in February, so. That was the gist. And I was gonna include this in the engineer spot. I contacted our lawnmower guy, Easy Lawn, for 2026. He said he'd be willing to do it again. I asked him his price, and he said 60 an hour per worker, which is $5 more than it was last year. I took a peek at what commercial cost is, and it really just depends on level of difficulty, which I would say 80% of what he does, maybe 75 is weedy on terrain that's not the best. Anyway, it was $40 to $80 an hour, so he's coming in at 60. I figured that's not so bad. As last year, I think we voted on that we would use them or not. So, is there any concerns about continuing to use Easy Loan? Because I'm just thinking in April, they're gonna start mowing. No issues with that.
I have no issues.
I'll make a motion to use Easy Lawn for the 2026. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Move on to Jim.
The only I have is, kind of puzzling, the email I got from Chris Engel, which I circulated to the board, for the benefit of our visitors. At the last meeting, Steve said that, since the city was going to be undertaking a downtown development plan, with the, Corps of Engineers project, it's kind of on hold, at least for the time being. That apparently is not the case. The email I got from Mr. Engel says that as soon as they get the 65% completed plans, they'll review them and share them with us. Frankly, it's just contrary information. I don't know what's going on. I'll wait till Steve gets back in town and contact him, put our heads together and just hopefully give you a more accurate status report. I shouldn't say more accurate, more complete, because perhaps Mr. Engel, wants to see the plans before they go forward with the downtown plan, which frankly makes sense to me, that, if that's the case, it's not entirely contradictory to what, we thought was taking place. In other words, it's still kind of on hold and still far from certain, but there's a question, what came first, the cart or the horse? I don't understand why the Corps would be putting things, or even indicating it's putting things on hold if it's in fact not going to be so. So, short answer, we'll get. And let me just reiterate, I got this Friday before me, and haven't had a chance to follow through with the rest, but I think I'll talk to Steve first thing. And that's all I've got for this week. But it's not Friday.
Yeah, what was provided was a real estate plan. And as opposed to the way I interpret it, that's different than the design plan. Cause I think you guys saw it. As far as with the
I
attachment.
thought it was on hold.
The whole time.
That's what I kept hearing.
Yeah, like 3 months ago it was on hold.
Yeah, cause he
Yeah, we're
went
gonna hold it.
into, discussion about they would have to wait 2 more years to get the
Yeah, I kinda-
additional funding.
I feel like something's going on there, they're trying to not be above board. Get so many different statements about what they're doing or not doing, and then this comes out, which is totally contradictory to what they said. And then, with the thing you said today, upon review, they could be reviewing it for, it'll be shared after it's reviewed, and I forget the exact verbiage, but, that's kind of, we'll send it to you after we're done and we decide what we're gonna do, then we'll tell you what we're gonna do instead of sharing it as we go.
And I don't know if you had a chance to look at the map that was attached to it.
Yeah, that's not looking good for,
Yeah. Well, and it's something that at this point, it's a detail, I don't think it's a lot, it's important when it refers to land that would be condemned. I wanna check with Steve and see what, I can't really tell from the map, but see what portions of that are drainage district property. It's not a question, can a governmental entity condemn land from a governmental entity's command?
yeah.
Novel, to say the least.
Well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the city has purchased or is going to purchase the KC strings, is that what we saw? So it looks like.
We already approved it Monday to buy a Casey Strings building. And that isn't on the map that they need, so who knows what's going on.
Yeah, I think they're trying to keep some stuff until it's too late. I got that feeling. I could be wrong, but that's just sitting back and watching, and listening. They're saying one thing and doing another, or not saying anything, and here's what, we're supposed to be working together. I don't know how we can. Do we, since we're a county board, do we supersede them on that, or do you know?
I haven't thoroughly researched that, but the preliminary research I did a year or two ago was that once we're in place, we're in place. And, there's no clear mechanism for the county. Any dissolution, for example, would have to come to the county, and I'm not positive that they can do it.
They mean city
They
or
do the county.
county?
Yeah.
County can't
But
tell
that,
them
but the city would have no jurisdiction that I can see to really much of anything. I mean, once a drainage district is established, it's established. And that was the conclusion I came to, again, kind of preliminary. If I come back and 2 months from now and say I looked at something else, and we'll hold that against me. But, what was it, a couple of years ago, when we met with the city and some members of the Corps, just kind of looked at the empowering statutes. It doesn't really say you're there at the sufferance, it doesn't say at all, you're there at the sufferance of the Board of County Commissioners, they can just pull the plug. It's, once you're in business, you're in business, is the thing, like, which really makes sense. I mean, there's gotta be a way you can dissolve a members league, you can dissolve any governmental entity, but, certainly didn't jump right out, I'll take a look at that. Yeah, I don't, it's very frustrating, to say the least, these totally mixed signals, particularly going back to our original concern.
Yeah.
If this body is supposed to be paying for anything, we need to know sooner rather than later what it is and how much it is, so.
Well, I think,
Yeah, if there's something
I
about
think we
it,
would need to know in parallel at the same time, like as soon as they or we are informed of something, we should be sharing that immediately and not after review, you know,
Yeah.
so.
Well, the sharing should be part of the review. That is part of the review, is working with all the interested parties to come up with a solution, at least to address the situation, hopefully come up with a solution that everybody can agree to, or at least figure out if you disagree. But we don't know what it is yet.
Right.
In broadest terms, so. And then, you know, the chances you kind of reverse engineer if they're buying this property that says something, but we're not 100% positive.
Yeah, cause it looks like what I was reading today, it looks like these first two buildings here are gonna be 86, which is the pet, grooming and then the mechanical art. They're gonna go away, and then they just bought all the buildings next to them, which is where KC Strings is. So it looks to me like they're counting on just maybe getting rid of all of that.
That'd be the inference I'd draw.
Permanent easement, and then the light pink is temporary easement. So, I mean, if I was a betting man, I would say they're probably gonna 86 that whole block. By buying it up, and then either way, they're taking the first two.
I'll just look at the,
Yeah, see this right here,
okay.
and that is this, which is here.
Acquisition parcels.
Yeah, and then they're crossed over, they're gonna get rid of that, they're gonna get rid of this. That's how I'm reading it.
Yeah.
And then they just purchased these.
Okay.
So I think they're kind of planning on having that whole city block, one way or another.
They're also, so these two and these two.
Yeah.
So this one's still, it looks like they don't even need this front one, they only need the back.
Is
That's,
that the
True Auto.
True Auto
Yeah,
building?
Dave Carroll. So it looks like his can stay, but the back one, and the back one was actually on the 35% list of properties also, so I'm not surprised, and he shouldn't be surprised either, because I showed him the 35% plan that had that back building. So, but this is all news to me, the mine and the pet care.
That's how I'm kind of reading it. I don't know, am I reading it wrong?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I guess we'll find out.
No.
I'm sorry, I'll put an email to Steve, I'm not sure when he gets back, time to get Steve on the ground. So we can figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I just think that there should be something like shared in real time, transparency, complete transparency.
Again, if you're asking for someone to pay for something, you gotta invite them to the dance.
Exactly. Yeah. At least take them to dinner. Right.
Anything else, Jim?
No, that's it.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You said that. Thank you. So, move on to Joel.
Yeah, the only thing sorry I couldn't log into anything here, but the only thing we're waiting on is final encumbrances and stuff, which it looks like we need to wait for them to final next week, which we can do that in April. We still have time for budget and stuff on there, to get that plugged in for whatever that number's gonna be, so then we make a motion to cover those funds, those are the 25 funds, since we committed to them during that time period. That time we looking at the 27 budget. I don't know, I've not heard anything about the legislature's done or anything yet, they've done a hold off property tax change, I haven't had a chance to read or anything, but they're talking about it there, if anything. They had some plans about elections and stuff like that for increase, but I don't know if it's gone out of committee or anything else. It's a while back I read, just different proposals and stuff. Trying to lower cap property taxes. The increases of,
I didn't see too much of a change in my estimate.
did it?
I mean, it's consistent.
Is it? Yeah. Haven't had a chance to read through it all yet. I haven't heard any big hue and cries yet from the league or from other municipalities.
All right. Anything?
That's all that I've got for now.
All right, thank you, sir. Next is approval of bills presented for payment. Any concerns? Oh, I'll make a motion to approve the bills as presented for payment. Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Did you wanna add the track phone?
Yeah, I don't know what it is then, as far as cost.
Usually around, is it around 200, is that right? Or 100, maybe it's 100, maybe it's 99.
Home something.
Should we add that then? For me to be able to pay it on the card? Or I guess I can just bring a receipt next time too. It's up to you.
We could easily do that. Our track phone, burner phone is coming up due to be renewed. It's minimal, it's less than 200. So.
So you have authorization to do, so not cheap.
I could, and then we could ratify it next month.
Whatever you, however you wanna do it, we can do it now or whatever you want.
What do you think, Jeff?
They would get one out.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the Merriam Drainage District phone for the next year. What's this say? It'll be less than 300. I know it's less than 300. So I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, Commission. This one.
Oh. Here, add that. Just as a review. That's just the invoice for the storage mart that gets charged on that card.
Cool.
That's you, that's right.
Just take that straight to Jim and go ahead and send that right to you.
So I can have it back, right? Thank you. Sorry.
Guy, home sweet. Get mine and yours.
Right.
It's a party now. Thanks for
Okay, alright. Any new business? If there's no new business, our next meeting is gonna be April 6th. And, just gonna see everybody.
Cool.
Thank you.
You can make it.
Perfect, Pete.
Yeah, let's make a motion to adjourn the meeting, thank you. Make a motion to adjourn at 7:22, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Me too.
Oh, no.
I love these meetings, they're so
I know, good meetings. Very efficient.
Can you share that email from Chris? The one with the maps that you talked about?
No, I never did, look at that article, cause I don't subscribe to the post, so I couldn't read it.
I don't remember which article. I probably sent you one, but I don't remember what it was.
I was about to email you about it, for written request.
Did you know about the kitchen strings?
No.
Yeah. Whole city approved their deal, Monday. I found out Thursday, cause I was out of town, I started getting calls. from
See the words
people.
coming out of his mouth, coming out of
Kids
his
shouldn't
keyboard.
sell us.
Keep an
No,
eye on that.
he said he wanted to stay. So
He
anyway,
needs
he kinda
supervision.
went behind everybody's back. I was more surprised than anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, City Merriam. Yeah. Yeah, they need to be more open in a lot of different ways, but especially where they could obligate the drainage district to spend incredible amounts of money, you know? Like they could spend this whole, your budget, I'm so happy has been R&R for years. Well, that ain't gonna happen forever. You know, if they end up building $100 million
Thank
levy
you.
or something.
You're welcome.
that's
Have a
gonna
good
be
week.
huge.
Have a good month.
Harvey?
Have a good month, I said week, and I was like, wait, have a good month.
Yeah.
I imagine
Yeah.
you'll have it quick. So the very nature of this body will change profoundly as a result of actions that this body's not even being allowed to see taking place. So, sucks. Sorry, guys. And we've got Jason here, who probably knows the details that the board wants to know, and he's not gonna share them, you know, so.
I guess we're not, we're doing it now.
Have a nice one. See you in a month.
We'll see you.
Yep.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Let's just get together.